Well, good evening, and welcome again to the 2012fad.com. I will be your host for this evening. My name is Charlie Bluehawk. Last night, we talked about tell the truth, waste your time, and how it's just not good for your health, your welfare, your friendships, your marriage to tell the truth. It really isn't. It's safer in these last few days of our civilization to frankly keep your mouth shut. Trust me, people know what the truth is as well as you or I, and they just don't want to face it. And those of us who don't know the truth, don't even go there. Don't. Just don't. You're wasting your life. In our world today, ignorance really is bliss. And the grim reality is that you cannot help anyone who doesn't want to help themselves. If by this time people you know have not come to grips with what is really going on around us, they never will. Leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Look after yourself. This is where we are, and I'm sorry. It's just the truth. So tonight I thought we would chat about, can you make soap? Basically asking the question, what have you done to prepare for your own future? Don't worry about anybody else. It's that point in time. You can't. Trust me, I've been doing this for 40 years. Don't bother. Look to yourself. That's all you can do now. And again, I'm really, really sorry. Let's say that somehow our masters managed to use their harp weapon not to cause earthquakes, not to microwave whales, or to ignite the atmosphere of the earth and burn us all alive in some black magic ritual sacrifice to recall their god, Satan, back to sit on the throne of earth. And again, please remember, it doesn't matter if Satan is real. It doesn't matter. Our masters believe she's real. That's all we need to know about. Let's say, just for the fun of it, our masters managed to stabilize the Earth, and the dead brown dwarf star does not flip us end for end. Let's say a few pieces of rock manage to fall out of the sky, melt the South Pole, but slowly enough that we can manage to get away from the coastal cities, get inland. Say we lose lots of people anyway. But now all the manufacturing plants are gone. All the oil refineries, which are all located along the coast, are gone. So we got no fuel, no manufacturing. The fields where we grow food, they're mostly okay. They're in the middle of the country. But there's a really big delay in getting food into the major cities, and let's say you are a city dweller. How do you make soap? Do you know how to make paper? Do you know how to plant a garden in pots in your Manhattan apartment? Do you know how to purify the drinking water that may still be coming out of the faucet in the kitchen? Do you know how to stay warm when the electricity goes out or when the steam generators go offline? Do you have a CB radio? Do you know how to fix a CB radio? And by the way, get in a couple of CB radios and store them away. It will probably be your only means of communicating with anyone because the phones will be gone, the cell towers will be gone. That'll be over. Can you rewire an electrical motor? Do you know how to rig an electrical motor to make it into an electrical generator? Do you know how to burn water to make fuel? Which is actually surprisingly easy. That's what we use at the village, amongst other things. Do you know how to generate electrical energy from a vacuum? Now that's a trick question because you and I discussed this a few episodes ago. So you should know how to do that. Do you know how to set a broken bone? Do you have a medical kit? Do you know how to make toothpaste? Do you know how to humanely slaughter a chicken? Do you know how to raise a chicken? Do you know how to pluck a chicken? Do you know how to gut a chicken? Did you know you could raise chickens on the rooftop? You can collect rainwater on the roof. You can set up a wind-powered generator on the roof. Now would be a good time to start chatting with your neighbors. Do you know how to fire a gun? Well, you're a New Yorker. It's a silly question. Do you have a Geiger counter? In New York, again, if you're caught by the police with a Geiger counter in New York City, that's a federal offense. They will arrest you. They will try you. They will put you in federal prison. So keep your Geiger counter in your bag. Do you know how to make toilet paper? Do you have any tools at all to work with wood, with plastic, with glass, with ceramic? Do you have rechargeable batteries for your flashlights? Do you have rechargeable flashlights? Do you have a hand crank radio? Do you have a sleeping bag and a tent? Because it gets cold inside your apartment when there's no power. And a good tent set up in your living room will keep you warm when the power goes out. Do you have books, magazines, games, coloring books for the kids, toys, sports gear, games, anything? Just in case you're bored for days or weeks at a time. Do you have an extra pair of eyeglasses? If you use medicine, do you have extra medicine? And, of course, do you have the survivalist's two best friends in the world? Yes, that's right. The extra large, heavy-duty, black plastic bag and duct tape. Because where are you going to store sewage if the water stops running? How will you heat water without power? You fill a bag full of water, you hang it next to the window. It gets warm. Do you have a camp oven that uses solar energy? Do you have a few years of freeze-dried food stored away in the closet? Food that you've told no one about, by the way. You see, there are things that you can do now to help yourself. Plan something. Figure out what you have. Figure out what you need. And then just spend a few bucks every week and prepare for yourself. One less pack of cigarettes. One less night at the bar. One less movie a month. Whatever. Take that few extra dollars and prepare for your future. Because there's always a chance that things will change. And you need to be prepared. Think for yourself. Plan for yourself. Why? Because no one else will do it for you. I guarantee when things go bad, you will be the last thought anyone else has. No one's going to think about you. Believe me, I know. Even if you're not with us in the village, there's always hope. So now is a good time for you to have your own plan. For all of us here at the2012fad.com, this has been Charlie Bluehawk. I'm wishing you a really good day and reminding you, please keep at least one good thought. The 2012 Fad is brought to you by Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, a series of 5 erotica horror novels about a fallen angel finding his way back to regain his own soul, and how the CIA war against the human race, their black magic, captures and traps him in the body of a mind-controlled slave designed to hunt down and to kill their god, their Satan.